Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Supreme Master Chenhai gratefully presents the Shining World Compassion Award to Miss Hope Bohanec with sincere respect and high praises for your selfless efforts to help save our planet and its inhabitants, plus $10,000 as a humble token of support for compassionate living to assist in its noble causes. May heaven smile on you and all involved always in God's benevolence. Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan? Because you don't want to understand the part that says, "Thou shalt not kill" in the Bible.
Здравствуйте means hello in Russian, the official language of Khanty-Mansi, an autonomous region of Russia. Radiant viewers, I'm Pavel. The thoughtful people of Khanty-Mansi fold their hands together to salute the divine light within you. May God light your way with glory, love, and grace. Affectionate viewers, welcome to our final episode. Hope Bohanec, vegan, guardian of animal people and the environment, as we continue learning more about Hope's remarkable activism. Aside from her duties at United Poultry Concerns, Ms. Bohanec is the executive director of Compassionate Living, a California-based non-profit organization committed to relieving the suffering of farmed animal people. For years, she has organized two popular annual vegan events for Compassionate Living, the Sonoma County Veg Fest and the Berkeley Vegan Earth Day. Although both events were cancelled in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Sonoma County Veg Fest was brought back in 2021.
Before the pandemic hit, I was organizing 2 or 3 very large events a year that brought in hundreds or thousands of people. It's a lot of work. Be ready for a ton of work, but it can be very rewarding as well to pull off some of these wonderful big events where people really get to feel like a vegan community coming together.
Compassionate Living is also a key driver of the Humane Hogs Project, a collaborative effort of activists and educators working to raise awareness of the humane washing tactics being used by the livestock industry. Hope explains the term humane washing.
As animal advocates, we have been exposing the cruelties in animal agriculture, the environmental degradation of animal agriculture for decades now. And fairly successfully, the industry is shifting their marketing, their slogans, their imagery, everything to things like cage-free, free range, organic, sustainable, and humane. But the actual shift, the actual changes on the farm are minimal, if at all. And so it's really just a marketing ploy.
In 2013, Ms. Bohanec published The Ultimate Betrayal is There Happy Meat? Based on peer-reviewed studies, slaughterhouse workers' accounts, and her own in-person investigations. Hope delves into the deceptions behind labels such as grass-fed, cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, local, natural, family-run, alternative, sustainable, certified humane, and organic. The book is interspersed with heart-touching and eye-opening accounts of rescued animal persons she has met in sanctuaries. She gives an example of bird people living cage-free label.
All that means is a larger cage. It's just a floor operation where it's an indoor, windowless warehouse where all the birds are on the floor, and there can be tens of thousands of birds on the floor, all crammed in together.
Dehumane washing actually leads to worse suffering for the living beings. Joy A. Mensch, professor of animal science at the University of California, Davis, has found that cage-free chicken people are less healthy and tend to die at twice the rate of their more confined hen sisters. Regardless of the label, all chicken people are sent to their premature death.
As soon as their egg-laying production starts to decline, they're sent to slaughter in maybe 1 or 2 years, even less, when a chicken can live 10 to 12 to 15 years.
Products of animal origin are not for me. His Excellency Avraham Berg, vegan.
Considerate viewers, we'll just take a little time to praise the amazing sea life that brings so much love to our planet. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show entitled Hope Bohanec, Vegan, Guardian of Animal People and the Environment. According to Hope, of all the humane labels, the only one that is government regulated is organic. As with cage-free, however, organic can mean more suffering for the animal people. She cites mastitis, a painful, potentially fatal inflammation of the udder in dairy cow people caused by bacterial infection. Since antibiotics are prohibited in organic operations, and it would be unprofitable to take a cow person out of production for treatment, cow people afflicted with mastitis often continue being milked without receiving any medical attention. Hope discusses this in a speech she gave at Arizona State University, USA in 2018.
So when I was researching for the book, I had veterinarians confide in me that they were seeing cows with the worst stages of mastitis and in severe pain at milking on the organic farms because they're not giving them the medications they need. So these labels, it can be even worse.
In the spring of 2020, Hope was unable to carry out her normal vegan outreach activities due to the pandemic. With the help of YouTube tutorials, she taught herself how to produce podcasts and launched the Hope for Animals podcast in April 2020. As of December 2021, Hope has released 48 podcasts featuring notable vegan personalities and reached the milestone of 10,000 downloads in less than 1.5 years. In discussing the sentience of animal people, Hope often refers to the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness, which was signed in 2012 by an international group of scientists for the purpose of informing the public about the sentience of animal people. Drawing on new data in the ever-evolving field of consciousness research, the declaration finds that it is beyond reasonable objection that animal people are conscious beings, sensitive to pain and pleasure.
What this paper states is that the data is just overwhelming, that animals possess the same neurological substrates that generate consciousness as humans.
In her speeches and presentations, Hope often reveals a little-known fact about the contribution of fish people to climate change mitigation.
So how this works is that when there's billions of fish in the ocean, as there has been for billions of years, naturally, the fish droppings creates a carbon sink. All of the droppings draw carbon from the atmosphere and becomes a carbon sink. Because we've done such massive fishing, there's not as much fish droppings, and it's actually hastening global warming.
To demonstrate the sentience of fish beings, Hope sometimes tells the real-life story of two captive aquatic people who quickly became friends.
There was a sweet little goldfish named Blackie, and he was a Blackmore goldfish. Blackie was unfortunately born deformed. He couldn't swim well and stayed at the bottom of his tank. And he was put in a tank with a larger goldfish named Big Red. And Big Red took an immediate interest in Blackie. Big Red would swim under Blackie, lift him up, and help him to swim with him in tandem. And especially when they were being fed and the flakes of food were coming down, Big Red would scoop under Blackie and take him up to eat to make sure that he got fed. The observer of this behavior felt that it really could be nothing but compassion and friendship.
Thank you, Ms. Bohanec, for your noble and inspiring devotion to animal people and the environment. Human beings need to heed your wise advice and make a global shift to a vegan diet in order to heal our planet. May God bless you abundantly. Our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai has also spoken about the important role of fish people in safeguarding the planet.
If fish people are continually taken from the ocean, it will become as empty as the desert. In 2006, an international team of scientists and economists found that around a third of the ocean's fish people populations has already been wiped out due to fishing, pollution, and other human causes. They warned that if the steep decline of fish population was not stopped, the oceans would be empty of fish people by 2048. It's not far future for us. Our own survival is at risk if we continue consuming fish people because the oceans produce half of the world's oxygen. And fish people are an important part of the marine ecosystem which produces oxygen for us.
We are infinitely grateful to Supreme Master Ching Hai, whose boundless love has sustained our world and given us hope. We will now conclude our show with a quote from Miss Bohanec's book. The ultimate betrayal is their happy meat. That points to the taking of life as the ultimate betrayal.
Discomfort with animal suffering leads to the inescapable conclusion that one should not participate in the killing, and non-participation largely implies not providing financial support to these businesses. Simply demanding sufficient exposure to outdoors, fresh air, food, and shelter, and then being complicit in the termination of their lives is morally inconsistent.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully presents the Shining World Compassion Award to Miss Hope Bohanec with sincere respect and high praises for your selfless efforts to help save our planet and its inhabitants, plus $10,000 as a humble token of support for compassionate living to assist in its noble causes. May heaven smile on you and all involved always in God's benevolence. Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the most merciful, beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years. As a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children. For more information on Hope Bohanec, please visit compassionate-living.org and upc-online.org.
Vegan, 'cause hell is real and terrifyingly painful.
Marvelous viewers, it has been wonderful to have your company for our show. Coming up next is The Two Little Devils, Part 2 of 12, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Note 40 News. May your days be filled with good thoughts, kind people, and happy moments.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule. and suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VE.
Acara kami menyediakan banyak bahasa. Silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/schedule dan suprememastertv.com/PE.